Live. So here we go. Last over, India 168 for 7 is what we've got. Can we get to 180? That's the target India would want to get to. We still have Akshar Patel, so we've got to see if India can get there. An innings that has stood on the shoulders of Surya Kumar Yadav and, of course, Hardik Pandya after a little cameo from Rishabh Pant. You know, it's important. It's important to get to 180 because that's when you can actually sort of put Afghanistan under a little bit of pressure because you want that. You want that to happen. And there are a couple of runs there. Hopefully, yes, there are a couple of runs there. That gets us to 170. Akshar Patel, 2 of 2. You've still got 4 balls in which, hopefully, India should get at about 10 more runs because that's exactly what you need. Fazal Haq Farooqi, 15 wickets in this competition. Clearly, 2 wickets today. That Ravindra Jadeja wicket after the Rohit Sharma wicket, he's right up there. Fazal Haq Farooqi, Rashid Khan, a very, very good spell, keeping Afghanistan in the contest with Rishabh Pant, with Virat Kohli. He's very much with the contest, and I'll speak about Shivam Dube once this innings is done. Once again, failing. How many opportunities? Because that ball, he had no business to hang back. That's what he did. He hanged back, and then the ball hit the pad first ahead of the batter. Akshar Patel, once again, a decent enough shot, should go to the boundary, and he gets that. That's exactly what we were speaking about. Akshar Patel gets that much needed boundary. Can India get to 180? Should be a reasonably good total on a wicket, which is a dash slower than what we had expected. 180 is a good score. With Kuldeep Yadav in the team, with Akshar Patel, with Ravindra Jadeja, of course, Hardik Pandya on this wicket will be a handful. You've got a Jasprit Bumrah, you've got an Arshdeep Singh. India will fancy their chances with 180. You know, and you're seeing pictures which have been taken by Devashish Sen. Beautiful pictures of the first innings on your screens at the moment as we speak. And Akshar Patel, once again, good shot. 2 runs should be there clearly. So that should get India to 176 with 2 balls to go. So 180, very much on track. And you can see the Indian change room in the host broadcaster pretty happy after the last kind of burst that we've seen. So it was Surya Kumar Yadav who came to the rescue with some fantastic shots. And then Hardik Pandya contributed with an immensely important 30. And now Akshar Patel trying to play a cameo to finish off. Afghanistan will think maybe 15 runs too many. 160, 65 was well within target, but 180 just could be a little too many for them. The Indian think tank reasonably happy now after, at one point in time with 4 down, pretty grim faces. If you break this innings into 2 parts, the first half is Afghanistan. The second half is India. Akshar Patel, beautifully played. That's a 4. Lovely play, beautiful shot. Cheeky, but very innovative. Over third man. Third man is up, short third, and you just placed it over and above, getting to that 180 mark, and India's gotten there. Last ball remaining, if they get beyond that, I would say it's 70-30 in favor of India. From here on, it's 70-30 in favor of India is what I will say. Let's divide this innings. And there are some questions coming. Let me take the questions. Okay, give me a second. I will take the questions. Okay, so कब रेस्क्यू रन स्कोर करेंगे? जाडेजा के बारे में आप पूछ रहे हो. जाडेजा कब रेस्क्यू रन स्कोर करेंगे? इसने और एक वाइड डाल दिया है. सो इस वाइड के साथ भारत 181 पर पहुंच चुका है. I think that's good enough. I actually think that's good enough. That's a reasonably good score. So believe me, I mean, you are seeing lovely photographs on your screen. I think it's a good score. They will finish off because this over is not going in favor of Azmatullah Omarzai. Omarzai is the one who's bowling, right? Or Naveen. Afghanistan has let this match slip. Jadeja कब स्कोर करेंगे यार? Ultimately ये ऑलराउंडर के नाते खेल रहे हैं. अगर वो ठीक ठाक बॉल डाल देते हैं तो it's okay. Gargi has joined me. Okay, wonderful. I thought Gargi was joining Hindi, but she's joined me. Gargi, your thoughts? I think this is a good enough score. India should fancy this one.
Yeah, Do you really think it's a good enough score? Because we saw West Indies scoring 180 in the morning. So, do you think Afghanistan cannot chase this down?
No, I actually think India has gotten enough. 181 is the final score of 8 wickets, 182 to win. Yes, Afghanistan had the first half, but I actually think this is good enough because anything over and above 165, 70, maybe 170, I thought was par because this was a dash slower compared to what we expected in the pre-show, where we were
Right.
talking about close to 190, 200. But 181 with a bowling attack that has a Kuldeep, that has an Aksar, that has a Ravindra Jadeja, you have Hardik Pandya along with Bumrah and Arshdeep. I actually think this is a good enough score. I think Afghanistan's batting is not as good as their bowling, which is a tad better. Maybe a Gurbaz wicket up front and maybe a Nabi wicket in the middle should do the job. But I also think that the first half of this innings belonged to Afghanistan. So let's take key moments, Gargi. I mean, this is the
Yeah.
first game of the Super 8s. We know that. But your thoughts on Shivam Dube?
Shivam Dubey today again, underwhelming because after what had happened in the first, like you said, the first half belonged to Afghanistan, the first half of the first innings, because you saw Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Rishabh Pant losing wickets in quick succession. Surya Kumar Yadav at that point, had come in and stabilized the innings a little bit. But then today was the perfect opportunity for Shivam Dubey to come good, to do what he does in the IPL, score some big runs, even if it was a quick fire 20 runs off 30 balls. A quick fire 30 of 20 balls, or 30 or 15, that would have been fine. But Shivam Dubey, time and again, it's been a little underwhelming to see him perform this way. He tried his best. He was batting with a strike rate of 142.8, so it was good. It was below par, and I think he set expectations. He set his set his bar much higher than what we're seeing right now, and that's why we're so disappointed, because we've seen Shivam Dubey do so much better than this.
Absolutely, and if I think back to that dismissal, they had uh, sort of he had no business to hang back against Rashid Khan because Rashid Khan isn't a great turner of the ball. By hanging back, he allowed the ball to hit the pad first. He clearly wasn't there. I mean, the ball was under his eye. It was a pretty bad shot to play. But Shivam Dubey was underwhelming. But once again, Gargi, the openers failed. Both Rohit Sharma, he was unable to get going. Virat Kohli started to look good, couple of good shots, but then holding out. Once again, the openers were underwhelming. Do you think it's becoming a cause now of concern?
Absolutely, it is a cause of concern. And in the pre-match show, I was saying that West Indies is the perfect place for both the openers to
Yeah.
perform, both for Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli to get some runs under their belt. But it seems like their problems are still troubling them uh, left arm. I don't know what it is about Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli that's troubling them right now, because it doesn't seem to be a technical problem. Rohit Sharma, if you see in all the matches, even though people do say that he has a problem against left-handers, but if you really look at the way that he's been losing his wickets, it doesn't really have anything to do with the bowling or the fact that it's a left armer against him. It seems like it's Rohit Sharma who's struggling to get off the mark. It's Rohit Sharma who's playing bad shots, or probably because of the bad wickets that we've seen so far. But now it's concerning because we're in the Super Eights now. It's time for us to see a good foundational innings being built in the very start of the match, and that's what I said in the morning as well. That if the first two three wickets are gone, you suddenly there's a collapse there, and I think that's a
I agree
problem.
because Rohit Sharma did not look the part. I mean, if I watch that innings very closely, at no
Mm.
point in time did Rohit Sharma look the part to me, which was disappointing. At no point was he able to get it going. Rishabh is my favorite batter in the Indian setup. Sanju is better T20 batter. His switch hits are now annoying. Is Rishabh doing a bit too many? But the same switch hits when they come off. For example, when the first one came off, we said what a fantastic shot. I thought the ball was too close to the body to play that switch hit. Otherwise, the plan was right, the execution was wrong because the ball was a bit too close to his body, Gargi. That's why the
Yeah.
shot did not come off against Rashid Khan.
And did you not think that the way that Rohit Sharma had started the match, actually there were a few misses in the first over, which, I sort of got a hint that Rohit Sharma's wicket was coming soon, because he wasn't getting to the ball, or he wasn't judging it right. I'm not sure what it was, but it really wasn't connecting for Rohit Sharma. And Dhruv Mitra here is asking your thoughts on Rashid Khan's bowling today.
Rashid Khan was brilliant, Dhruv. I mean, there's no question. I mean, if you see the way he bowled, the way he got Rishabh Pant was stump to stump and got him LBW. Then Virat Kohli outside off, tempted Virat to go over extra, did not happen, became way too close towards long off, got Virat, and then that Shivam Dube wicket, 4 overs for 26 odd. Even in the last over, Hardik Pandya, 5 balls, did not sort of score anything, and that last ball of Rashid spell went for a boundary. Otherwise, top-notch effort. As captain, leading from the front with the ball, keeping his team in the hunt. Yes, Azmatullah Omarzai allowed the Indians to get away. Otherwise, it could have been a 165 score. So Rashid Khan, absolutely fantastic bowling effort. No question, top-notch player, rising up to the occasion, especially when it mattered. And 3 critical wickets. Critical wickets.
Absolutely. And I also want to know, your thoughts on Surya Kumar Yadav's batting today, because we were talking about just in the past few lives that Surya Kumar Yadav is yet to make his mark in T20 World Cups, or let's say ICC events, that he's not had that big of an impact. But now, do you see Surya Kumar Yadav being one of the main components of India's batting lineup?
Oh, he is. He already showed that against the US, Gargi. That was a difficult wicket. He got that 50, and I thought that was a quality knock. And today, the way he changed gears, the moment Virat Kohli was out, the moment Shivam Dube was out, he knew the pressure was on India. And he had to take it. At that point in time, the scoring rate was somewhere around 7.5. And all of a sudden, he shifted gears, those 3 boundaries, 1 over extra, that 6 straight over the bowler's head, quality shot. He was playing the sweep. He was playing lap shots. He was brilliant. I thought the turning point actually was the fact when Naveen touched the ball and Surya somehow managed to sort of come back to his crease, back at the bowler's end, and saved his run out. I thought that was the real turning point. Had Afghanistan got that, India would have become 87 for 5. And that could have been the moment that the match was going out of India's hands. But the fact that Surya was able to come back to his crease and manage that, I thought that sort of gave him the momentum. He started playing freely. And thereafter, that partnership between Hardik Pandya and Surya Kumar Yadav moved the match India's way. But top innings, absolutely top innings, a strike rate of close to 200. He gave the momentum, Hardik pushed on, and then the last few runs from Akshar Patel giving India a decent cushion here.
Also, your thoughts on Hardik Pandya, because he proved with his batting too today that he's not to be taken lightly, and he's in the Indian lineup for a reason.
Oh, come on. I mean, we've always said Hardik Pandya is the best all-rounder we have. Anybody who said to the contrary doesn't really know cricket. This is not an IPL game where he's captain. He's been given a job to do with bat and ball. He's doing it to perfection. He's bowled well in this competition. He's batted reasonably well. And today also was a top-notch effort, because at that point, even after Surya got out, you needed Hardik to be there. That one shot for 6, which was a thumping blow, a 23 ball 34, giving India the momentum. When you're scoring at 160, 165, your team sort of gets that push that you so badly needed. Very, very important knock. And I think this has set him up with the ball. This wicket is a dash slow. And I think Hardik Pandya will be a handful with his cutters, will be a handful with the slower balls, even the shorter balls. So Hardik Pandya, key cog. If India has to do well, 2022, one remembers his contributions. No Ravindra Jadeja at that point in time. Hardik Pandya is a critical cog in the Indian wheel in white ball cricket. Make no mistake, he's your premier all-rounder and your number 1 all-rounder by a mile.
Absolutely. And final couple of questions. I think the play might start soon.
Yeah.
Indranil Roy Chaudhary is asking, Virat should have curbed his ego against Rashid. Very poor decision. What do you think, Boria?
I thought the shot was on. I actually thought the shot was on. He just wanted to go a bit squarer. He wanted to go a bit towards extra and beyond extra. It just happened to go towards long off. If you see Virat's reaction, he too realized at the very last moment that it sort of become a little straighter. I thought the shot was on. it was outside off, so it's not as if the ball was too close to his body that he couldn't free his arms. I thought the shot was on. Yes, all of us were disappointed because the 24 looked a classy 24 and should have been converted, and had Virat stuck on, the pressure wouldn't have come. But I don't think it was a bad selection, but it's just that it became a little bit more straighter than a little bit more squarer. Had it been a little bit squarer, it would have gone for a boundary.
And we have a super chat from Nomad Tibet. He's saying, poor performance from Jadeja. Does he really deserve spot in the playing 11?
Yeah, and Nomad Tibet, thank you very much for supporting us with your super chat. You know, this is an interesting one. I mean, you are asking about Ravindra Jadeja. He's just had half. I mean, he scored 7. He's got 1 boundary away. He was batting in the 19th and 20th. So it's not as if he's batting from the 14th and 15th where he needs to construct. Yes, the shot was a bad one. I mean, it was a slowish bouncer to get it to short third. And if you see the reaction of the think tank, they too thought it was a bad shot. But when he comes on the field, he'll save you 10. He'll get a couple of wickets or maybe a wicket. On a wicket like this, the left arm spin will come off handy. So I do think there is a spot for Ravindra Jadeja because, towards the end, these 10 runs, 15 runs matter. And if you get them at a strike rate of 150 odd, it's not that bad. And when you have the ability to sort of field and save 10, get a couple of catches, get a run out in, bowl really well, I think he does have a spot in the team. I think the one person whose spot is now going to be under real fire is Shivam Dube. Because unless he bowls today, and it'll be interesting if he does. If he doesn't, then there's a real question mark because except that one shot of 6, what is Shivam Dube doing? Because today also he wasted an opportunity. So rather than going for Ravindra Jadeja and Nomad Tibet, I would say we should focus on Shivam Dube because he's gotten his opportunities and we've not seen anything so far that justifies a spot over and above Rinku Singh.
Absolutely. The players are entering, so we'll take the last question. So Mayank Madan here is saying, replace Dube with Yashasvi in power play. We need him up the order in these conditions. Put Virat at 3, saying this for 3 weeks almost.
Yeah, I mean, and I know where he's coming from. I think Afghanistan starting the chase, so we'll finish here. I know where you're coming from, and you've got a point because the openers haven't fired. Dube hasn't fired, so why not? Do you want to see that in the match against Bangladesh? Will India do that? It will depend also on what happens in this chase. If India loses, then you might just see that. If India wins, they might just persist for one more game. But it's coming close. It's definitely coming close, and you're pushing it really, really badly. So far, openers underwhelming. Make no mistake. Dube, poor. The innings is starting, so we'll close here at the end of the game. Gargi and I will join you again and take it forward. But hopefully, India's got enough.
See you at the end.